The sun's energy varies based on your latitude on Earth. It is strongest at the equator, while in the tropics they receive about 90% of the energy compared to the equator. At mid-latitudes, they receive roughly 70%, and in the Arctic and Antarctic circles, they receive about 40% of that energy. The Cold Cans boys, after this episode, will be 94% of the way done with the run of Cold Cans. Now, how does this translate to the sun? Well, it doesn't. But today's beer is a lot to do with the sun. Once you get down into those subtropics, you really start feeling that sun. And what could you use but an ice cold Sol? Not a twist off.
Yeah, Nick was trying to twist it off.
I actually twisted it on the top of the bottle. I'm very strong.
Wow, you almost grabbed the top of that bottle and just shattered the glass to drink it.
Well, I mean, the thing was turning under my hand.
Huh. Cheers.
Cheers, buddy.
I know what's usually your hand is turning.
Hey. Okay.
What? Tell me.
No, I don't need to go into that.
Tell me.
It's not a pulling. I thought you always said it was like I'm priming my prime button.
Primer?
The story's changing.
Your primer button.
Priming my primer button.
And that's because of the medically astoundingly small size of your penis. Oh, we didn't.
That would be the
even
joke.
Make it very long. How is it? How's the first drink?
It tastes okay. It's a clear bottle beer, Joe, though. You're playing with fire here. You're getting too close to the sun.
Hold on. What's wrong with a clear bottle beer? We don't like green bottles.
Well, it's the same. I mean, it's the same principle, right? It's easier to skunk a clear bottle than a brown bottle.
But we've had good success with clear bottles in the past. Corona is good.
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of another one off the top of my head. Most are brown.
Pure Still was one of our most highly rated.
Pure Still. Is that already off the shelves? It should be. But
I think I've still seen it out there.
Wow. It just doesn't.
The summer of seltzer is turning into the fall of Still.
Still. The fall of alcoholics. Oh, God, that was bad. This is pretty good. It reminds me a lot of Corona.
Of course.
Now, this would offend its parent brewery. This is, of course, owned by the Cuauhtémoc Moctezuma Brewery, under the Heineken International conglomerate. $5 billion in the coffers for them, and we've done a few of their beers, Dos Equis and Tecate, already.
Okay.
And Sol is part of that, introduced in the 1890s, originally called El Sol.
So
they cut the L, it's cleaner.
Justin Timberlake came up to him and said, "Hey, drop the L."
Mm-hmm. Out of Time in 1890, he did it, like in Back to the Future 3, where I believe that's the time period they went back in the third one, right?
Was it Montezuma?
Yeah, they go back to Montezuma and they tell them to cut the L out of the Sol.
Hey, we don't take no L's, only dubs, big dubs, no L's.
Ugh. So Sol is an umbrella of
That's
beers.
how kids talk, Joey.
I know it is, and my reaction stands. Sol is they've created a family of beers, much like Bud Light in this part of the world. Sol in variations include Sol Brava, which is dark beer, Sol Light, Sol Sal y Limon, so lime and salt, Sol Clamato, beer mixed with Clamato, and Sol Cero, which is non-alcoholic beer. So they've
oh wow.
Yeah, so they've created a family out of this. I don't think of Sol when I think of Mexican beers. I think of Modelo and
right.
Corona, of course, but this is really tasty.
So
I might pick this up again.
What made you pick it up this time for us to review? This was another one of our just sort of last-second beer selections. Did anything jump out at you?
I put a lot of thought into all of these selections. How dare you
I know
accuse
you
me?
do, but take me inside the twisted, multi-layered mind
Well, I'll tell you what.
Joe.
You go check out Joker this fall, and that's just the start of it when you're talking about me. That's how fucked up I am. Here's what I did. I've been thinking about this all day. Here's what I did. I got on the scooter on the way here.
Big
And
scooter guy.
stopped at the gas station, and this was the last beer I could see in the shelf that we haven't done. And so that's how I chose it.
Genius.
But I do also love Mexican beers, and summer is waning. Today's ended up being a really nice day here in Seattle.
The like rainy morning that turns into like a sunny, crisp day. Oh, give it to me.
You've been very tired, and that was between like your pleasurable sigh and you just yawning. But
I was stretching and yawning. That's what that was.
the listeners are thrilled. You
Joe-
know, go ahead.
I feel disconnected today.
From the internet?
No, I've been online all day.
Oh, thank God. Well, how else? What's
I don't
going
know.
on?
We didn't watch football this weekend, I think. That was the problem.
Oh, that's true. Well, we watched it Thursday. The Packers played on Thursday night.
That was
They got the dub. They didn't took the L.
No L's. Hey, Bears, still L.
That's what the kids are going to be saying. They don't understand the real phrase. Kids. Yeah, but we missed the weekend, week 1 together, and that's a shame.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really even know why.
Were you watching Red Zone Channel?
Oh, yeah. I put it on the TV. It was pretty passive. I was doing chores and stuff around the house, but
That's the best way to do it.
it was week 1 of fantasy as well. And so it was really fun to just like take a break and sit down and like just crack off like a half hour of Red Zone. It felt great.
Yeah.
And then you like catch like some team and certain players where then I feel like all year I'll assume are better than they actually are just because they were
Right.
in that half hour window I watched. So
Right.
for me, that's going to be John Ross of the Bengals,
Uh-huh.
who looked like the best player in the history of the NFL when I
did.
watched him.
He did.
He's better than
He had one of those catches where the D-back jumps to get it but doesn't hit it, and then so he's just wide open and can run forever.
Yeah.
Those always make a guy look good when really it's basically purely luck.
Yeah, I'm not sure Seattle's defense is very good, but
Oh, really?
they also.
I mean, maybe not their
the
secondary.
Bengals were kind of just moving the ball on
Their
them.
secondary's not good.
Yeah, well, that's a problem.
Oh, yeah, of course, but like, I mean,
Andy Dalton is carving you up with John Ross. That might be a problem. Who knows? Maybe this year
what's his
they'll
name?
look great.
Clowney going there is big.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe he just wasn't acclimated. Anyway, it was nice to be there watching football, but I do wish I was watching with the boys.
Yeah.
I feel like when the Packers don't play, we don't get together, and that's a shame.
Which is okay at the end of the day because a lot of us, we got lives going on and stuff.
Yeah, do we?
We've talked about that though, right? We've sort of gone in and
have.
out on the NFL.
I'm all in.
Yeah, I feel like I'm in this year.
I was in last year. You weren't in, and there was a real rift between us
There
about
was.
that. I think there's too much. And speaking of kids these days,
Uh-oh.
how about this one for you? I sound like Brian Balding or something. Like, how about this word for you?
Hey,
But it's
How about
FOMO. We have too much of it in our goddamn lives.
football
Everyone-
on my
Come on.
odorous body.
Football. Come on, there's got to be an O.
Football of my oyster.
So we're so conditioned because of the phone in our pocket to just not
The FOMO
want to be
in our
doing
pocket.
to not want to. Oh, that's pretty good. To not want to be doing what we're currently doing, and I think that was
Yeah.
it with football. It's like we're just all we want is to just get out of what we're doing, even if it's the thing we wanted to do all day.
Yeah.
So that we can look to see what everyone else is doing and then be pissed that we're not doing the thing that they're doing.
Yeah.
Even though all they're doing is staring at their phones on the other end of that wire,
Mm-hmm.
taking pictures to make it seem like they're having fun, and then wishing that they weren't doing whatever they were doing. I'm sick of that shit.
Me
If we
too.
want to
I
watch
feel-
football, let's do it.
Yeah, agreed. Get some pizza and just focus
Yeah.
on pizza and football.
Yeah, how great is that?
I totally feel addicted to my phone right now. I'm in a bad stretch.
oh, really?
I need to, yeah.
Get off
I need to go listen to whatever episode of Cold Cans that was, and
Or we were talking ourselves
when we were
out of
talking
it?
about getting off the phones. Yeah.
I'm in a stretch right now of
Be my
completely the
therapy.
opposite. I
Oh,
feel
really?
like I'm
Nice.
never on my phone. I
Good for you.
don't want to look at text. I just don't want to. I really, really don't want to. Cheers.
No,
This beer's really good.
I shouldn't want to. There are multiple times where my roommate and I are sitting in the living room with something on the TV, and we're both just in the chairs or separate chairs looking at our phones.
At least you have
the
two
worst.
screens. If you needed a break from that screen, you at least could fall back on that
Something
other
will convince
screen.
me to look up for 5 seconds and then back
But
down.
your attention span would slaughter you if you paid attention to the TV for a minute. That's way too long.
Can't do it.
The TV is really the long form of our current society.
Yeah.
Books, forget about it. TV is long form. Like, that's like a prestige. You're going to be considered pretentious if in the future if you're like, I watch TV shows. People will be like, oh God, okay, sure you do.
Right. It's the equivalent of reading Moby Dick
Yeah,
right
exactly.
now.
Yeah, and you know what?
I watch
like,
sitcoms.
and you know what? We try to watch a movie every week. We try. We do our best. Wow, that's
God,
pretty
you're
cool.
Probably right.
My
honestly.
goal is to watch.
disgusting.
My goal is to watch 12 movies next year. That's going to be our new standard. It sucks ass. Enough.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Okay, I just put my phone away. It's gone.
I'm never going to take my phone or my computer out again. I'm offline because I can't access soul.com.
That's right.
Both of us ran into this same issue. If we were going to, because usually the format of the show, we kill some time reading copy of a website,
Yes.
and we both just put in placeholders. Every beer website asks you for your age. And so I just went 111111. So November
yeah, you could
11th,
hack the system.
November 11th, 1911. Turns
Hack
out,
in the mainframe.
1911 they assumed was 2011.
I know.
So I was a 8-year-old.
Yeah. Trying to get into soul.com/US.
And I got locked out. I cannot
I got
get
locked
in.
out too, but then I tried incognito mode and it did work.
Yeah, mine doesn't.
It's a very simple website. It says brewed to shine. Born in the heart of Mexico in 1899, Sol is a bright and refreshing lager. It's inspired by the sun and brewed to shine just like those who drink it.
We get it. It's brewed to shine.
The ones that radiate good vibes, that lighten the mood, and always look at life on the bright side.
Wow.
The ones who not only shine, but shine their way. Enjoy a soul
Got it.
today. They rhymed that last
Oh, that's
thing.
pretty good.
Yeah, that's
But they
fun.
should have done that the whole time then. This beer is really refreshing. I
It
don't know.
is
Maybe I
solid.
just needed a beer.
Yeah, I needed a beer for sure. And with a lime, I mean, this would be next level.
It would take it up. I didn't get any. There are none at the gas station at the AM PM
And
next
you
door.
don't want those limes.
No, you don't want rotten
I
limes.
kind of like the little sun logo on
Me
here,
too. Me too, a lot. I
Peeking
like
out.
the font. Look at the font on the back. It says, born in the heart of Mexico in 1899, Sol is the Mexican beer with an optimistic spirit and a crisp, refreshing taste.
Wow.
And
Just
that-
like me.
It looks really nice. Yeah, just like you too, as well.
128 calories. Okay, so it's not exactly a light beer.
Mm-mm.
I like that they have that on there. Why is that not a standardized thing at this point?
Where do you see 128 calories?
At the bottom, serving facts. Check out the facts there, the serving beer facts.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I think there was some alcohol thing where, like, alcohol lobbyists are like, well, you don't have to show calories in beer.
Yeah, or sugar.
I,
For some reason, everything else has to tell us exactly how many calories.
There is something to the effect of, like, if you buy a 6-pack or 12-pack of something, they can get away with showing serving facts on the case that you bought it, but then the individual parcels inside don't need to have it.
Right.
I kind of made that up, but I think I heard that somewhere.
No, and I think that's right too, because and then maybe they just have to say not for individual sale on them or something.
Yeah.
Wow. Let's
Wow.
get a FDA expert in here, or whatever
Yeah.
it would be.
Our lawyers are on it. Hey, look, I'm bleeding. Does this happen to you ever?
Start calling you.
Call me.
Nick
Call you.
Patry.
You. Yeah, you do this all the time.
What
actually.
happened?
I don't know. Doesn't this happen to you?
Yeah, I told you it's
What's
because
going
I
on?
dry skin cuts easy.
But why would I have dry skin? It's September. It's still summer.
I don't know. Maybe you tied one on last night.
I didn't. I actually have taken a bit of time off of drinking for a few hours,
Pathetic.
and I don't know. My wrist is like all fucked up. Who could say what this was?
Well, you were riding the hog over here. You could have scraped
I
it
did,
on
yeah.
something.
I took my Harley in. People were, everybody on the street was just craning their neck as I
Yeah,
went
a
by.
lot of rubbernecking.
Who's that? That must be Nicolas Cage in Ghost Rider, because that's the hottest man I've ever seen, they said.
And he's got chains, a flame behind him.
I did. I mean, when I drive the Harley, I have to. And I parked it in the same illegal parking spot I always do, where little Jimmy K used to tell us to park.
Right. Seattle parking enforcement. They're weird because if something's like so obviously wrong, they won't address it. But like if someone's just parked 10 minutes past in
Yeah.
a actual spot, it's like
They have to put their foot
like
down on
clockwork. Yeah.
that. Yeah, it's
I've
true.
seen someone pulled facing the wrong way up on the curb with their hazards on. Or no, they didn't have their hazards on first. The guy came to like look at it, and then the woman came bolting out of the car. She was like, I'm here. I had to run in and drop something. He's like, okay, next time just put the hazards on so I know it's just a short-term thing. Like, how can you let that happen?
Yeah.
For one, it's dangerous. She's on the sidewalk,
Yes.
and she's facing the wrong way, which means she crossed traffic to get up there.
To pull it, and it has to cross traffic to get back out.
Yeah.
You know what would be a good invention?
Tell me.
I don't know how you do it, but basically an external battery that you could charge that only powers your hazard lights, so that you could leave your hazard lights on all day long and just park wherever you want. Like,
Sure. Get a solar panel that charges
Right.
your hazard lights.
and just leave hazards on for like 12 hours.
I've said this before, you can do whatever the fuck I want lights.
I'm
Hit the button.
parked
All right.
in the middle of a 6-way intersection. I'm going to stop and get out and try to accept my Uber luggage. The people going to the airport, I have to put the luggage in the back. But if I pop those hazards on, there's not a goddamn... It's my God-given right.
That's right.
There's the right to bear arms, the right to free speech, and the right to place hazards on the street. And guess what?
Uh-oh.
They want to come and take that away. If the libs got their way, you wouldn't have hazards. Kiss your red triangle button goodbye, ladies and gentlemen, because the libs are taking your hazard lights. It's all right.
I feel like it's been a while since we've
been a
done
while.
the whole... It's been...
It has not been a while since we've stolen bits from Comedy Bang
No,
Bang.
that's constant. I even did the Hollywood Facts
Yeah, you
thing.
did. It's the second time on this show. Okay, I have 2 notes that we've covered. I can't access soul.com
Okay.
and unknown blood. Well, actually, it's not a note. That was just, I wrote that down
Sangre.
10 seconds ago.
What is it? That's blood.
What
in
is it?
Spanish? Sangre or something?
Sangria. I wonder
Well,
if
yeah,
there's
it is the same. Of course it's related.
Of course. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, of course. I thought of something today. Tell me if this is good.
Sangre.
Or if it's not original, also tell me, but I thought of this. When you know how when you say when you're gonna go poop, sometimes you make funny jokes, like you say, I gotta go drop the Browns.
It's one
in
of the
Super Bowl."
funniest things we could do as a human.
Yeah. What about this one? I gotta make some gaseous clay. Instead of Cassius Clay, it's gaseous clay.
Well,
And you're gonna go
I
to
don't
the
mind.
stall. You're gonna go to the stall and poop.
Though I would prescribe more fiber if you're describing it as clay coming out. Because you can't separate that from it. Because that...
Gaseous clay.
Yeah. It's not bad.
It's
just
good.
It's kind of evokes like a Play-Doh through a... When you
Yeah.
cut the Play-Doh thing.
Isn't that kind of like what pooping is?
Yeah, but
We don't have to do
clay-
too much poop stuff, but
No. Clay I don't like the idea of it being clay.
you don't have to like it to acknowledge that it's solid.
I said it's good. And
You didn't
it's
say
very...
it's solid.
It's too solid. That's what I said.
Gaseous clay. Sometimes after I eat Dommies and drink all night, it'll. Well, actually, no. Yeah, well, yeah. Sometimes if I eat a lot of Dommies, it will float like a butterfly and it's stinging like a bee. That's pretty good.
That one's pretty good.
Thank you.
Is this
that I just
besmirching-
came up with?
That's good. Is this besmirching the name of Cassius Clay, Muhammad Ali? Or did he do that when he switched?
I think he'd have fun with this.
Lighthearted guy.
Yeah, I think he'd be okay with it.
Okay.
I think it's funny. All right.
Well, there's no
Okay.
doubt it's funny.
You guys can use that at home. It might not be original, but I was.
don't search for it on Twitter.
You know what I was doing when I thought of it? And it was not making gaseous
tweeting?
clay. I was just sitting there working. I was really focused on work. I
You're in
was
flow
not
state.
thinking about anything else. I was working, and then for some reason, I went gaseous clay in my head. So it'd be like you're gaseous.
Yeah.
So
you were in flow
I wrote
state.
it down, and I was going to tell you about it. Regardless if we were doing cold cans or not, I was just going to tell you about gaseous clay.
Mm-hmm.
And then just now I came up with float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. So what do you think? Pretty good, huh?
We'd have to look into what type of food makes poop float versus burns your whole.
Yeah, we don't have to get that far into it. It's fun.
Okay.
All right. We're nearing the bottom of our beers.
El fin, if you will.
Fin, are you sure that that's what it is in Spanish?
No.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a Beer Advocate review.
God, even at the bottom, it's good. It does say 1899 on here, though. And in Wikipedia, it said 1890. A little bit of controversy.
Oh, wow. I wonder if you tried to type in 99 on their age verification, if it would think it's 1899. Be like, oh, this is an old-ass dude, but he wants to see our website. He's online.
Pretty soon, 99, I mean, very soon, they're going to be 21 years old. Someone born in 1999. They're 20 right now.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, fire. Take some L's. Don't take L's. Go ahead. Read the BA score.
This is from Fighting Irish. He said, I bought it when the local grocery store was offering a buy one, get one promotion. After drinking it, I can understand why.
Oh, no.
They should have just given me the $15 to drink this swill. Oh, they should have given me the $15 to drink this swill. Because I certainly would never buy it again. It tastes very weak with a weird citrus flavor, and it literally tastes like an open can of beer that's been sitting around for a few days. Sol is absolutely awful. If you like cheap Mexican beer,
I do.
Go with Tecate. Okay. So at least he's offering an alternative.
That's nice. Yeah, it's not all negative.
I think Fighting Irish might be the pseudonym for the BSB.
Oh, don't bring the Tecate Syndicate into it again. So, hold on. I'm still trying to get to the heart of his buy one, get one thing where then he said they should have paid me. Why didn't he say buy one, never get one again? That would have been funny.
That would have been funny.
Okay.
But he latched onto the thing of like,
my $15.
Only they could pay me to drink this. I'll never pay for it again.
But he would do it for $15.
You'd usually say they couldn't even pay me.
Right.
So I don't know.
So he's saying the value of this
He's not
would be
right
if
of mind.
Well, Fighting Irish haven't been good in a while.
No, and he wrote this in November of last year, so their season had fallen apart by that point. He was probably pretty low.
Pretty low. He tried. He thought he could bring himself up with a 6-pack of Sol, and it just didn't do it for him.
Yeah.
Guess what? Nothing's going to turn around that program. Chip Kelly or whoever the hell the coach is never coming back. I don't know. He's probably still there. Who's the coach that was good? Not Chip Kelly. Kelly.
Lou Holtz.
Yeah,
Lou Holtz won a title there.
Lou Holtz walked out that door and he's not coming back. And Sol isn't going to bring Lou back. Well, with enough money, I bet Sol would bring Lou Holtz back. He would at least do some commercials and stuff. Is he still around?
Is he alive?
I hope he's not dead. He's not on air anymore. I believe they took him off.
He is still alive.
Is he still an active on-air personality?
I don't remember seeing him. Let's see.
Wasn't he in like the Me Too movement?
Oh, really?
I thought there was something with Lou Holtz. Maybe not.
I don't see anything that says that.
Oh no, I'm sorry, Lou.
Yeah, you can't just throw that around.
Besmirch. I'm not throwing it around out of nowhere. I actually honestly thought that there was something there, but I was wrong. I apologize to the Holtz estate.
Wikipedia, I don't see anything immediately that says whether or not he's still on ESPN.
Okay.
Oh, there's your Lou Holtz update. Okay.
Now that we're done with Lou Holtz corner.
While we're here, should I just give the Beer Advocate score?
Yeah, usually you do that before you read the Fighting Irish reviews.
I was so excited about it, though. Okay.
Okay.
This is a 59 or awful.
Another awful
beer.
What? I feel like I've become more tolerant as the episodes have gone on. Do you think? Are you that way?
Towards some factions, not others. You've become more tolerant.
Oh, come on. That's uncalled for.
You've become more entrenched on some.
Oh, brother.
I think you've impressed me lately, Joe. You've seemed like you're looking on the brighter side of life these days.
I'm trying.
That's good. Overall, not just with the beers.
Oh, well, I'm also trying to do that. Well, I think that some things are trying to set out to accomplish a given goal. And it's just not fair to be hard on them for doing that. People, anybody, like if you're out there trying to do your thing and you're doing that thing, why look at it and be critical against some other standard? It doesn't make any sense. I guess I picked up on that a little bit from like maybe the Doughboys, which we give constant credit to on this podcast.
Sure.
They're kind of optimistic. And
they look at what a what a restaurant's trying to do
Right. They're saying, like,
at
you
what
know,
price point, in what setting. Yeah.
Yeah. What your expectation when you walk into a McDonald's is going to be, if you walk into a McDonald's and expect like a nice
If you
if you walk into McDonald's and expect like a really nice steakhouse, that's kind of on you when you're disappointed. Like
Yeah.
your whole life is going to be disappointing. Like just have some clarity of mind with what you're doing. Reset your goddamn expectations. If you're
and take some fucking self-responsibility for once in your goddamn pathetic life.
and allow yourself to enjoy a double cheeseburger, a perfect sandwich, and I'll allow myself to enjoy a Soul beer. It's good. It's good.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's not awful, Beer Advocate.
Right.
Fuck Beer Advocate. That's been one constant through the
True.
years.
That's true.
Beer Advocate is fucking stupid. Like that whole
BA, more like BM.
what?
Bowel movement.
Oh, got it. I
Beer
don't know
Advocate.
if that's a common thing that
BM?
people are gonna. You think? I'd love to hear anybody.
Hey,
out there.
assume best intentions, Joe. Where did that go?
That's a good point.
I just wanted to
I
make
just
you laugh.
am not sure. It's pretty good, but I'm not sure that that's a common thing in like the vernacular.
I think it is.
of
Sound
most
off
people.
on Twitter, folks. Get
They
on
won't.
Twitter
They-
at hashtag BM or hashtag
IDK.
yeah.
What BM is. I don't know. I can't do the hashtags. Like Weiger on Doughboys. Go listen to that. All right, let's review this ourselves. Neither of us think this is awful. In fact, I will give you my assessment.
Okay.
I like it so much, Nick. I got soul, but I am a soldier. What do you think about that?
That I like.
That I wrote down really early,
That's killer.
and I told we. Ooh, hey.
We're
Cheers. I was
having
about to
fun.
open another one.
We're having fun.
Cheers. We're having a lot of fun. I don't know if I should open another one. I
Nah.
probably shouldn't.
You got to drive the scooter home.
I do. I got to drive the Harley. Please don't call it a scooter. The Hog. I like this beer quite a bit. Now, I'm looking at our tiers. I forgot what our
I
tiers are.
think
We have no
it's-
like
It's
clear.
in mild card
I do too. That's where I had it.
between 40 and 50. Ooh, nice clean 10.
11. You fucking idiot. Well, then we should do a 3, 2,
right.
1. Oh man, I'm between a couple. I'm really torn right now.
Yeah, Corona Extra's in this tier.
Yeah. Is this better?
We
than
just put
Corona?
Bush in that tier last week, number 44.
Yep.
You think this is better than Corona?
Well, that's what we're going to answer.
Oh.
So Corona is 47. So this tier goes from number 50 to number 40, as Nick pointed out. In that sort of 47 range, we have from 45 to 49 is Coors, Blatz, Corona Extra, Peroni, and Hams.
All right, I got a spot.
All right, I got a spot too.
Okay. 3,
3, 2,
2,
1.
1.
47.
So you had it above Corona Extra.
Oh, no, I did that wrong. I meant below Corona Extra, above
Okay.
Peroni. I
So
just
then,
said
yeah.
the wrong number. I promise I meant it.
Thanks for killing the what could have been
God damn it. Should we re-edit it? Let's quick do another take.
re-edited.
Let's
They're
do
not
another
gonna
take.
edit
We'll put it
at
in
all.
3,
No,
2,
I'm not
1.
going to do it.
48.
The-
Whoa!
The listeners trust me.
Good thing I put
too
it on
much.
multi-track. I can edit my track down and put yours up. I
can't.
will be doing this edit for sure. The listeners can't expect it. It's our new number 48. It's below Corona Extra.
48
I think
beer.
that's a good spot to have it. It's a really good beer. If you guys like,
It's
you
a
know,
fine beer.
like the Fighting Irish said, if you like cheap Mexican lagers, you're unlike what he said though. You're not going to go wrong with this. It's good as hell.
Have a good one, Joe.
Have a nice positive week.